Hands up for your colors.
I know people are asking what makes Morocco so beautiful a country, and they're in the World Cup. At the same time, people are asking what makes the World Cup so great. Yes, those goals, they go in, and yes, a lot of people just try to style it up. A lot of people just try to make it become a very, very beautiful extravaganza, and that's simply why World Cup is a very, very beautiful extravaganza. I know I can see Tyrus Wayaki there just playing, and I know that Tyrus Wayaki has a very, very big problem when it comes to multitasking. At the same time, he's receiving some goals. Tyrus, tell me something.
I'm actually leading 3-1, eh?
3-1.
Yeah. Announce, let Kenyans know.
Yeah, Innocent Matara is struggling. He's struggling on the table. Yeah, Innocent is saying he was the first one to score. But, Tyrus, we're talking about this Moroccan side, and when we think about this Moroccan side, a lot will be expected from them. They're going there in a group that people will say maybe they are the underdogs, but they are not, because when you see how they play, it is a team that maybe, just maybe, will be able to surprise the likes of Portugal and also Spain.
Well, I'm glad you said maybe, and then you stress, just maybe.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
It's football.
It is, it is. And the thing about Morocco, well, they've been to the World Cup before several times, and they're a fantastic side. That's the golden generation of Morocco. You see there Nourdine Naibet, he played for Deportivo Alavés, and this is a side that you might remember beating Harambee Stars. I think it was 3-0 by halftime or 4-0 or whatever it was. They really gave us a pounding. Now fast forward and into the World Cup. Javi Bernard there, their coach, very experienced. You might remember he won the African Cup of Nations not too long ago with Zambia. And then he's back again now with Morocco. Between now and the time he won the African Cup of Nations with Zambia, he also won it again with Ivory Coast, the only coach on the African continent to win the African Cup of Nations twice with two different entities. So yes, they're in safe hands. But then there's the question of, this is the potential group of death. Spain, Portugal. The only light touch that they have is Iran, who are coached by Carlos Queiroz.
I think we will be seeing the groups actually, because you're talking about the Group B, and you're talking about the caliber of opposition that this side will be getting. What's your general take?
My general take is like that of most people. Portugal and Spain have the upper hand. Already they have a foot in the knockout phase of the tournament. Morocco will have to work their socks off. They're not strange to hard work. This Atlas Lions, as they are otherwise known, are a fighting side. But they'll have to first warm up against Iran. Iran are coached by Carlos Queiroz, who's Sir Alex Ferguson's deputy at Manchester United for eons. So they are no walkover. Remember, they gave Argentina a very difficult time 4 years ago at the World Cup in Brazil. So we are looking at a side, Morocco, that's not going to have an easy opportunity against Iran. They're going to have to fight their way past. I tip them to beat Iran, but Iran will be coming out to win also.
Portugal against Spain. It is a game that will be there on that menu today. And when you talk about these two teams, they have met 35 times. And you think about who has won more. Spain has been able to win 16 times of the 35 they have played. But when you think on the other side, Portugal have been able to win 6. But the number of draws, 13. Are we getting a draw?
Maybe there's that window of opportunity now, because Spain did a very childish thing. They sacked their coach just the other day, Mr. Lopetegui, just because he announced that he'll be joining Real Madrid after this particular World Cup. Now, I know there are issues between Real Madrid and Barcelona that border on ethnicity. The Basques of Madrid versus the Catalans of Barcelona. There's even been the issue of splitting the country, each getting its own independence. And it's very sensitive, but still, you cannot justify sacking such an impeccable coach at this most crucial hour. So that has given Portugal that window to come in and snatch a draw, or at best win.
A draw or a best win. We're talking about the promo, we're talking about what are we expecting, and we're talking about the number of times these two teams have been able to play, and we are thinking that Spain has been able to win more, but the test is different. The quest is also different. Who will be able to nick it this time out?
at me now. Yeah. Look at me now. Yeah. Well. I don't talk, I do it. I'm right here, don't gotta prove it. You wanna hear what I'm thinking out loud? Well, look at me now. Yeah. Look at me now. Yeah. Well. I don't talk, I do it. I'm right here, don't gotta prove it. You wanna hear what I'm thinking out loud? Well, look at me now. Look at me now. You ain't seen nothing yet. No, you ain't seen nothing yet. Yeah. Look at me now. Yeah. Look at me now. Yeah.
You've scored for the first time against me. That was almost an own goal.
That would have been the second own goal from you.
At least for the first time you've ever scored against me. And I've scored. Yeah, we're talking about the different ties that will be highlighting that menu, and we're talking about the different players that are expected to start. We're thinking about Portugal going out there to try to get that much-needed 3 points against Spain. Not an easy one, but this man, Cristiano Ronaldo, is expected to make sure that his side gets those goals. He has his hot moments. At the same time, he has his cold moments. But the Ronaldo of 5 years ago is a total different Ronaldo with the Ronaldo we're talking about now.
I spoke to some Portuguese in 2010 during the World Cup. They hated him. They hated him because he played very well for his club side. Impeccable record at Manchester United, impeccable record at Real Madrid. But then whenever he wore the national team jersey, he wasn't willing to die for the team. Well, that might have changed after Euro 2016 because Portugal emerged as eventual winners of that particular tournament. Here's his last throw of the dice as far as the World Cup is concerned. Remember on Saturday I said it's going to be a battle of old versus young, and then the old might be left to battle against the old, who knows, like it was in 2006. This man has his last opportunity to prove that he's an international player who just doesn't play for money at club level, but he loves his country and he can play for it. And not only that, he can win for it.
Andres Iniesta?
Andres Iniesta always stands up. For Barcelona, for Spain, historically, this guy has been, well, they say still waters run deep. This is the epitome of that very wise saying. Andres Iniesta will always stand up. He's quiet, so he doesn't get much credit for it. The media likes a noisy person like Suarez, whom we just saw, or a tricky person like Suarez, whom we just saw a few minutes ago. Iniesta is a gentleman. He doesn't have the demeanor of a footballer. He's more like a golfer, but he bangs in those results. He entertains as a playmaker, but he does so with a lot of gentility. So you won't see him grabbing the headlines only unless he turns up, and which is almost always the case.
Yeah, we're talking about almost the case, and yes, I know we're talking about the guests that we are having in studio today, different people who are able to win the different prizes that we had. Remember yesterday's question, I know today's question actually, what we had asked is who is the top scorer, who's the current top scorer at the FIFA World Cup. I know we will be told in a few who has been able to nick it.
I know the answer, can I?
Yes.
Denis Oliech? No, the guy is Dennis. His name is Dennis.
Yes.
Dennis.
Yes.
Oh, you tweet and send us the answer.
Yeah, the time to have the answers. I know the answer is Denis Sherishev, and these are the winners of yesterday actually. Karibu sana. Msiogope hapa bana. Mnatulia tu. Eh? Mko vipi lakini? Chonjo kabisa. At least we have 5 winners. They'll all tell us when they tweeted, what they tweeted, and what they won. At least I know you and you. Tell me your name. What's your name and what was the question that we asked yesterday and what is your answer and what did you win?
I'm Anton Wabogo. You asked which team were debuting the World Cup. You said it's Panama and Iceland.
You were the second to answer?
Yes.
And who was the first to answer? Him. So what's your name again?
I am John Oso.
John Oso. Let me ask you something. Who's winning the 2018 FIFA World Cup?
It's not known, but I'll die with Brazil.
You'll die with Brazil. I know the other two gentlemen are also with us. I wish you'd come a little bit earlier to get proper microphones checked in good time. But the question that we asked, I know you gave your answer. You were the third to answer. Third, fourth, and also third. So I know, let me just do this. I know for the first guy to answer, courtesy of GoTV, it's a decoder with 1 month subscription, so you will be able to enjoy the 64 matches. The person who was answering the second question, actually, the person who answered correctly second was this guy. I hope you will be enjoying the matches. And for him, it was a jersey. Which one do you want? Which jersey? Which jersey? Which jersey? Brazil. So Brazil is taken. And the fourth guy was going with the ball. And then for you, I know we have some different merchandises that we'll be giving you. You will go with a GoTV ball. You will also have a jersey. You will have a cape. You will also have a key holder, courtesy of GoTV. In a few minutes when we get out of here, we will go and give that. In the meantime, the two guys holding the ball, I think I'll give you an assignment. Tuone nani anapepeta, maybe you will get something extra. The person who dribbles or pepetas most will walk with, yeah, I'll add a jersey. So we start. Taras is counting. 1, 2,
One.
yeah.
It's a
One
tie.
for both. One for both. So hakuna mtu nampatia jazi. Wase mkuwe serious bana.
Tujaribu tena.
Eh?
Tujaribu.
Haya, wanasema kujaribu tena. Haya, let's see. At least hata mbili. 1, 2, 3. Plus you mean these guys are not footballers. They are very, very good when it comes to tweeting. So they are the social media gurus. So when we talk about tweeting, their tweets always come in handy. Tyrus.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what's your take in the different teams. Mark, do we still have time?
Can I teach them how to pepeta?
Yeah, teach them how to pepeta. As Tyrus teaches them how to pepeta, I don't know. We have today's winners. The question of today was very simple. We had asked who is the current top scorer at the FIFA World Cup. The answer is very, very simple. Denis Cheryshev. And the winner is, once again, Felix Otieno is the winner of the day. And Clinton Gumo. Felix Otieno and Clinton Gumo. So we will be talking to you. We'll be telling you how you will be able to receive those gifts. But let me just engage you. The final, which team is winning the World Cup? Belgium. Why Belgium?
Very nice squad, young, and I think they have the best players.
I know he's a guy who's saying they have flair, but they will not go very far. Who's winning it?
German.
Because of?
Their players are experienced. Yeah.
So it will be experience against the other teams who will not display very, very beautiful football?
The men versus the boys.
The men versus the boys. He's putting it in black and white. What's your take? Who's winning it? And tell me why.
Brazil.
Why Brazil? And don't say Neymar.
Sorry. Their squad is so talented. They have a lot of skills. And I believe with their mode of play, they're going to win this thing.
Just tell me, for the sake of our viewers, tell me who's winning, and then I'll say it all.
Brazil.
Brazil is winning. Why Brazil? Because you love Brazil because of Neymar.
No, I think they are great squad.
And you? He's saying Spain, so a lot of teams will be supported there, different fans supporting different teams. As we come to wind up, do you agree with what they're saying? Someone said Belgium, Spain, Brazil, Germany.
Wow. Spain have a high chance of winning it. Germany, you never write them out. They're going for it, definitely. I wish I could say Harambee Stars, but no.
Yes, we're talking about a different encounter altogether. We're talking about the FIFA World Cup, and yes, a lot of excitement, a lot of talking points, a lot of goals. 5 in the opening game, and trust you me, today we will have a total different encounter altogether, because we have teams that knows how to score goals, at the same time, teams that knows how to defend those goals. Who will nick it is the question. Russia started with a bang, but will they have what it takes to sustain that momentum and go all the way and be able to win it? Not an easy task, but we wait and see. This is where we wind up. This is all the time we had. And we say keep it KTN News, keep it KTN, and always have a wonderful afternoon. And we will do this again next week. But for now, I wish you a lovely afternoon, and always take care and be safe and enjoy the matches.
I'm ready, I'm ready.